Like many people in the House, we're always intrigued in what other political parties are up to. And it'd be fair to say that I've been looking on at the Labour Party in the last 12 months and 6 months in particular to see exactly what the strategy is, because it's been difficult for me to untangle. And sometimes strategies are difficult to untangle because they're complicated, they're clever, and you simply can't see something coming. Sometimes strategies are obvious to all, and it's something that the team is proud of putting forward and out there. But it's been difficult with the Labour Party. But I must say that in recent times I have actually identified a pattern. There is definitely a pattern when it comes to the Labour Party strategy. And that pattern is about carving out their core support, essentially setting aside those people who won't vote for them and targeting those who will vote for them. So they made a conscious decision, we know what that one is, and they said, we don't want the Hobbit vote. Clearly we don't want hobbits to vote for us. We don't want the New Zealand film industry to vote for us. We don't think it's important to bring that sort of income into New Zealand. We don't want the Hobbit vote. We don't support John Key making those advances to international film organisations to ensure that the Hobbit movies are filmed here. We oppose that. We're against the Hobbits. And so that was one sector group that the Labour Party decided they didn't want supporting them. They then moved to the agricultural and farming sector, where we saw a tirade from members over there saying that farmers don't pay tax, they don't contribute to the economy, and that essentially they're avoiding tax and no supporters of the Labour Party won't support them. Furthermore, to really kick it into farmers, the Labour Party decided, look, why don't we bring the ETS forward, raise costs for farmers in the unknown, and make sure that as soon as we're government after the next election, and that's their dream of course, that we will bring farmers into the ETS. So they've set aside the farmers of New Zealand, and this is what the farmers say: Labour making agriculture the whipping boy. Federated farmers have said that Nash's tirade about farmers not paying tax and the ETS is, quote, it's all designed to discredit the farmers of New Zealand. There's a strategy. So Labour don't want the farmers to vote for them, they don't want the hobbits to vote for them, and interestingly enough, they've decided Labour list insults Ratana Church. Senior Ratana Minister, Mr Penne, has launched a stinging attack against the Labour list. He said on the social networking site, every Ratana should know and show their total disgust and abandon Labour forever. Labour has decided, in carving out its core support, they don't want farmers, they don't want hobbits, and they don't want the Ratana Church. They don't want householders, because they're going to introduce a capital gains tax. The minute that they're in government, they're going to say a capital gains tax for all home owners. They don't want them at all. It wasn't enough to decide that they wanted to carve off sector interest groups. So Labour just said, let's go regional. Let's go regional. We're saying to Northlanders that the highway from Auckland to Northland is a holiday highway, and we're going to can it. We don't want trucks, we don't want cars, and we don't want buses going to Northland, and we certainly don't want those Northlanders coming south to Auckland. We've decided we don't want the Northland vote. We'll go regional. As if regional wasn't enough, the Labour Party decided to go international. And on the eve and during the royal wedding, which we all enjoyed, and not just New Zealanders but the whole world enjoyed, the royal wedding, Phil Goff suggests dropping the monarchy should be up for discussion. So this is during the royal wedding, which we're all celebrating. Phil Goff says, look, we've already isolated and set aside sectors in the regions, particularly Northland. Let's go international. So do you know who Phil Goff is? Phil Goff is the little guy at the back of the church who stands up and puts up his hand when the priest says, does anyone object to this couple getting married? That's who Phil Goff is. The little guy who puts up his hand and objects when the pastor says, do these royals, should they get married? Phil Goff, what are you doing?